Hey, what is going on there, Guardians? Evade here and welcome back to Destiny Guides. So last night was pretty crazy, the whole Cade situation, the teaser trailer for the story, but today we're going to be talking about Gambit, some of the new supers you're going to get in the DLC, some new dark story elements that just emerged, and much more. Now, as you know, E3 is going on right now, and I believe today Activision's opening up their booth, letting people play Gambit, and now I think the embargoes are lifted, so everybody that recorded gameplay at this summit or whenever can talk about it now. So I didn't record gameplay, but we got some new images, a trailer, and basically a description of how Gambit works, so let's get right into it. So Gambit is a brand new mode coming to Destiny 2 within the Forsaken expansion. Now this is something new for the franchise because this blends both PvE and PvP combat together, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a bit here. So when you first start, you're going to be loaded into an arena where you can see the enemy team on the other side. You can do your emotes, show off a bit, and then the Gambit vendor right here is going to flip his little coin and give you a certain enemy type. So in the trailer you can see his example here, he says Fallen.
Alright. Let's see what we've got. Fallen.
So within Gambit there's basically just 4 steps: fight, collect, bank, and invade. So you got 2 teams of 4 in separate arenas, and the first one to kill the boss at the end is going to win. So once you get thrown in there, you're going to need to start off by killing enemies and picking up the motes they drop. You then want to deposit these in the bank on your side, and this will get things going a bit. If you deposit enough of these motes, you can send what's called a blocker to the other side. This is an enemy that will block the other team's bank, and they won't be able to cash in their motes. So at 5 motes you can send a small blocker, 10 motes a medium blocker, 15 a large blocker, and I'm assuming those either just block the bank for a longer time or have more health and are harder to take down. So 15 motes is the highest blocker, but once you get 25 motes, this is when the portal opens and you can invade the other side. This is where the PvP aspect comes into play. So you send one of your friendly teammates over there, they get some type of buff, and they can just basically rain down on the enemy team and stop them from killing their boss. Now when you kill a specific Guardian, all their motes are going to be gone forever. Now I'm not sure if there's a way to tell, like maybe once you get in there, if it says above their head like, hey, this guy's got 10 motes. I'm not sure if that's the case because I haven't played myself, but that's something to think about when invading the other side. Now the big boss is going to spawn at 75 motes, and this is called a Prime Evil. So taking down that boss will award you a victory, but you gotta make sure you're aware of the other team because they can come in at this time and shoot rockets in your freaking face. So just be aware of that, take down the boss, and then you got yourself a game. So that is a basic summary of how Gambit is going to work. I haven't played it myself yet. I'm definitely excited to because this seems pretty fun. You'll be focused on all the PvE madness, killing different bosses. Then you realize, oh crap, there's a freaking Guardian here shooting at my face. So you gotta be aware of that at all times. So that is how Gambit is going to work. Now Activision did release a bunch of press images for Forsaken that I might play towards the end of this video, but we have some more information to talk about. So Year 1 Destiny 2 gear is carrying forward into Forsaken. So here's what Steve Cotton had to say about that. He says, our goals include reinforcing the hobby of our most hardcore players. That means making sure their favorite gear isn't left behind. In Destiny 2 Forsaken, players will be able to take all of their favorite Year 1 weapons and armor and bring them up to a new power cap. Forsaken is required though to obtain new power. So that's definitely something that's pretty exciting. If you loved a gun in Year 1, you may have feared that it may have get left behind. That's not the case. You'll be able to infuse it, get it up to new power levels, and use it in Forsaken. So along with the new press kit, which I thank Activision for sending over to me, we have a bunch of new product descriptions as well as information on the new supers. So here's the description. It says, the reef has fallen to lawlessness, and now the most wanted criminals in the galaxy, the Barons and the Prince of the Awoken Aldrin Solve, have organized a jailbreak at the Prison of Elders. You and Cade 6 have been sent in to bring law and order back to the embattled facility, but things do not go to plan. Facing insurmountable odds, Cade 6 ends up paying the ultimate price. Beyond the Vanguard's authority, you'll venture into the reef alone and take justice into your own hands. Explore new regions, awaken new powers, earn a wealth of new weapons, and uncover the long-lost Awoken secrets. The hunt is on. So that's pretty cool, a little bit of a different description because now we know the whole Aldrin and Cade situation, so there's that for you. There's also this other one that says this: following the Red War, the reef is in shambles and the entire region has become a lawless frontier. After the fall of the Prison of Elders and the death of your friend/mentor, players embark on a mission of vengeance to hunt down a man and gang responsible. But lurking just underneath, something unseen works a bigger game, one that can mean the end of the mysterious people known as the Awoken. So I read that, and that was the most interesting from this whole description of the story to me. Basically, I take that as, yes, something happens to Cade, we're going after Aldrin and his group of Fallen, but something else is going on that could end the Awoken, and that's gotta be something pretty huge, right? So then there's a description here of Gambit, we already talked about all of that, there's a new raid in the Dreaming City, and then there's 9 new additional supers. So the 3 that are showcased through gameplay at E3 are as following, so if you see gameplay you'll know what you're looking at. The Titan Striker one is called Thunder Crash. Here you hurtle through the air like a missile and crash into enemies to inflict some major damage. Next we have the Warlock Dawnblade Well of Radiance. Thrust your Dawnblade sword into the ground. The sword continuously projects a powerful aura that will heal and empower your nearby allies. And lastly, Hunter Stalker, which is Spectral Blades. Summon a pair of deadly Void Blades and stalk the battlefield in a veil of shadows. So that was pretty much it for the fact sheet from E3. I hope it helped you out. Now it'll explain what you're watching when you see new gameplay, and you know what these new supers are called. So to wrap up this video, let's talk about some of the new images in the press kit, the most important ones there, and then I'll let the rest of them play out to the end of the video. So first, here's a couple of them from the campaign. Now I enjoyed these ones because it's showing you the inside of the prison. You can just imagine, creatures like this, some type of fallen variant with bubbly skin, just running towards you. This is a place where criminals are. They're all escaping, there's a giant jailbreak, and Aldrin is at the head of this. We then have some concept art which is actually pretty interesting to me. So the first one here, you see Prince Aldrin with all of his Fallen in the front, and they're wearing some type of yellow color. Immediately my first thought is the House of Kings, right? The yellow color, that's what the kings always wore. But how would that exactly happen? We know Aldrin probably met with the House of Kings and then he orchestrated this jailbreak somehow. So are these Fallen from the House of Kings that converted themselves to some type of barons? I'm not sure. We then have concept art for various different characters. You can see this guy right here, which could have been for Prince Aldrin. Maybe it's a different character, but that's my best bet that it was for Aldrin. Here's a screenshot of a new weapon. This might be the one that people thought was Thorn, or it could be a totally different hand cannon, but it looks sweet regardless. Something else I did notice is that in the Gambit arena there is a House of Judgment symbol up there, and if you are unfamiliar with the House of Judgment, this was Varix in Destiny 1, the friendly Fallen that helped us, so hopefully we get to see him in this expansion. So that's basically enough of me explaining. The rest of these images are just beautiful screenshots of what you can expect in the DLC. Things like the environment, a bunch of new weapons and gear, but there's really no use in me explaining it because I don't know how these work. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for some more awesome Destiny 2 news and entertainment. I might be making some more videos over the next couple of days discussing Cade 6 and if he could return, and maybe one on Aldrin and the Queen if you guys would like to see that as well. Anyway, my name's Evade and I'll catch you all in the next video.